Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and before I get going, I want to let everybody know, I think it's until midnight Pacific time tonight. Link to my sponsor has $2,500 minimums and 5% off on $2,500. So they're doing that. It says you have until midnight to invest as little as $2,500 in any company on the platform and diversify your portfolio. There's no limit to how many investments you can make. Says we're giving you an extra 5% off on the minimum order of $2,500. All right, that's linqto.com. All right, this is like an interesting little video this guy did, Ito Farina, where he's telling you the differences. It's a kind of a basic video, but he's telling you the differences between XRP, XRPL, Ripple. Watch this.
Technology without fully understanding it. So let's get a deep dive. First things first, you have the XRP ledger, which is the layer 1 blockchain, a decentralized open source that anyone can build on top of it. That's the native blockchain for XRP, the digital asset. So basically XRP is a digital asset that can bridge currencies. Transactions are settled down on the XRP ledger within 3 seconds. The most fast, scalable and energy efficient way to send money across borders. Never did an international payment, you know how frustrating it can be. It takes a lot of time, transaction fees, and all of the headaches associated when dealing with the banking system. XRP also bridges currencies on the DEX. You can also issue assets on the XRP ledger. So the XRP ledger is the layer 1 blockchain, XRP is the digital currency. And then we have Ripple. I understand a lot of people can make confusions because when XRP was just created, it was also known as Ripple. People would see it as Ripple's currency and they would often call XRP as Ripple. Actually, it was initially called XNS. I already explained about this, but let's focus on the most important concept. So Ripple is the company that was gifted XRPs, developing the Internet of Value. They basically build payment solutions for businesses and financial institutions, also embracing XRP. Ripple is working closely with financial institutions and policymakers in every single corner of the world. So now that we fully understood Ripple, XRP, and the XRP ledger, let's get on a more elaborated concept. And this one is called...
Okay, I was just going to show you that part of it. Now, every once in a while, videos just pop up where somebody found some old video that we had put out when we were doing uncovering ETHgate. This is one I had put together that caught my attention this morning. I wanted to show it to you because it reminds you of how unbelievable what we just uncovered was. What was uncovered.
Technologically accredited token buyer, so that essentially Director Hinman in that talk that he gave, he pretty much indicated that if you architect your token correctly, you market it correctly, then it would not be seen by the SEC to be a security, and every situation is different. So we can architect it correctly, but if you take a well-architected token and then you sell it in huge quantities to investor types at discounts, and
there's plenty of time, sort of an incremental thing. So the earlier you go in,
the earlier you get in, the better a price you get.
So you put billboards up in Times Square and
all over Facebook.
Exactly.
And then these are screenshots that I found from the Ethereum ICO where they were advertising the sale on Facebook, just like he just said, Hinman said that would make it a security. And so contradictions abound. Let me see if I can get past that. You can see it better.
That might be seen to be an investment. If people are led to believe that they're going to have their purchase grown in monetary value by the agency of others.
At this point, if you're investing in Ethereum, I would say you're investing in the team and the community to a large extent.
Then that could be considered a security.
So these guys were dead to rights. Now, you want to prepare to be uncomfortable. This was going around a few weeks ago, but I don't think I ever showed you. I think I made the point that Rand Nooner was one of the guys who had gone out of his way to bash XRP, and he'd never understood that, but he always completely understood Luna. Turns out he lost everything he had. I mean, he had like some huge percentage of his wealth in Luna. This is an uncomfortable story.
We literally had so much money that we didn't know what to do with it. And we were making money like crazy. And then Luna. And when Luna collapsed, I had over 50% of my portfolio in Luna and Luna-related projects. Okay, so you can imagine that I had over 50% of my portfolio in Luna and Luna-related projects. On top of that, I genuinely at the time believed that Luna was going to change money. I had drank the Kool-Aid, and I'd broadcast to my community for months and months and months, and many of my community had followed me into Luna. And as you know, in 4 days, the whole trade unraveled, and I lost over $100 million. I lost $134 million. It was the toughest.
$134 million.
Cannot explain to you what it's like to lose that amount of money. Like, I just can't explain the feeling to you. Also, I was completely helpless. Completely helpless. Why? Because my...
Look, you know when I hear that, for years, I've watched this guy pumping all kinds of random tokens and all on his show, and I've wondered, how do these guys sleep at night? How can they be pumping all these random tokens, and they have, it's almost like it's a coordinated thing amongst a bunch of these VC types. And I guess if he lost $134 million, he's having to make it up somehow. but it's crazy. It's like, and it's always stuff that, it's always these random things that I wouldn't even think about. I don't get it. I do get this.
But is there any way around monetizing these debt levels? Is there any way inflation is not here to stay?
Yeah, we could have a
long term.
Look, I don't have to worry about the long term, my day job, but I will say this: we could have an event. I don't know whether, hopefully, it's not a war of major powers that bring us together, and you get sacrificial behavior like we got after the Depression and the World War II. We could have a financial crisis due to everything I've been talking about. And finally, my generation, I think Paul Jones made the point, we've given nothing. We've given nothing. And now we want to screw our grandchildren. Finally, we get the memo. So no, I'm not that pessimistic. And I'll say the other thing I'm optimistic about. Jerome Powell normalizing interest rates.
Yeah.
We now have a hurdle rate for investment in this country. So I think the allocation of capital, ironically, if we don't go to the zombie route, and if we don't continue the drunken stuff, ironically, I think it could be a force for good, because instead of funding a bunch of nonsense and bubble stuff, the capital gets more properly allocated. So, look, I'm open-minded to a really bad outcome, and I'm open-minded to a decent outcome.
But we need to need to cut
I'm here today not to talk about Janet Yellen. I'm here today, guns and butter this morning. I could have written it. By the way, I didn't. We've got to stop, guys. We're drunk. We're digging this deep hole. What are we doing here?
So
exactly. Look at this. This is from Jason Cousins, who is one of my sponsors with Glint. He says 35 trillion of U.S. government debt. Let's put this debt into perspective. 1 trillion seconds ago was 31,688 years ago. Debt increasing $100,000 every second, increasing $1 trillion every 100 days. The first trillion of debt took over 100 years. And 35 trillion doesn't even include the 150 trillion in unfunded liabilities for Medicare and Social Security. Gold is security. Glint Pay is key. Glint. That is my sponsor. Okay, check this out. This is from Donald Trump about the U.S.
And they're
dollar.
very dangerous places. We're going to make them safe, clean, and beautiful again. And we will keep the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency, and it is currently under major siege. Many countries are leaving the dollar. They're not going to leave the dollar with me. I'll say, you leave the dollar. You're not doing business with the United States because we're going to put 100% tariff on your goods. Sir, we would like very much to get back to the dollar immediately. Thank you very much. It's so easy. I don't know. So sad because Biden doesn't know he's alive and she's worse.
The guy that wrote The Art of the Deal, in my opinion, is the solution to the problem. Here's crazy Michael Saylor, the Bitcoin maxi.
So about this possible winter, are you really not feeling the cold?
Look, if you're going to invest in Bitcoin, a short time horizon is 4 years, a mid-time horizon is 10 years. The right time horizon is forever. Warren Buffett said, if you wouldn't hold it for 10 years, you shouldn't hold it for 10 minutes. So if you look at the course of 4 years, no one's ever lost money over 4 years holding Bitcoin. And if you look at, our experience, we started buying it at $10,000 and now it's up by a factor of 4. So given the right time horizon, you're fine. So it's a blessing and a curse. The blessing is it makes it the most exciting, interesting thing in the financial universe everywhere in the world. And the curse is it can induce anxiety for people that have a short attention span or are focused on a narrow time horizon.
Okay, now in DAIXRP.com, what we're going to talk about is what is the October surprise. October's right around the corner. And what is the October surprise? Well, there is one person who is saying what they think the October surprise is. It's pretty interesting. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Here's the October surprise. Here we go.